Llamó mi ex, dije que no quería hablar, que lo olvidé. Precisamente yo no quiero más de ese falso amor. Perdí la cuenta de las veces que la acabo. El aniversario lo olvidó y ahora resulta que escribe por ahí. No deja de extrañar, quiere juntarse a hablar.
Hola.
Bye, 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 bye. No te echo de menos, text and no reply. Bye, 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 bye. No quiero más besos, voy a enviar a Shine. No quiero volver a intentar, niña, no volverte a besar. No voy a volver contigo. Bye, 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 bye. No te echo de menos, sin ti de verdad estoy guay. Finalmente borré su contacto de mi ser y lo bloqueé. Precisamente no, ya lo juré, puedo volver a caer. Bye, 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 bye. No te echo de menos, text and no reply. Bye, 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 bye. No quiero más besos, voy a enviar a Shine. No quiero volver a intentar, niña, no volverte a besar. No voy a volver contigo. Bye, 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 bye. No te echo de menos, ni cuando estoy ahí. Sentís un poco tarde, baby, lo hubiera pensado antes. Bye, 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 bye.
Yeah. Bailando contigo, let's go. Know your body's got a rhythm I can't ignore. When you move like that, I'm wanting more. The way you spin, you got me hypnotized. One look at you, I'm lost in paradise. Every step you take, I follow. You're the sun and I'm the shadow. The way we're moving feels so right. Let's keep dancing through the night. Bailando contigo, feeling the heat. You're lighting my fire, moving to the beat. Every touch, every glance, it's all I need. Bailando contigo, now set me free. Closer, baby, I don't wanna waste a second. Your vibes are language and I'm learning every lesson. Your heartbeat's matching the drum of the song. Feels like forever when you're in my arms. Oh, every step you take, I follow. You're the sun and I'm the shadow. The way we're moving feels so right. Let's keep dancing through the night. Bailando contigo, feeling the heat. You're letting my fire, moving to the beat. Every touch, every glance, it's all I need. Bailando contigo, go set me free, go set me free. Quiero más de ti, dame pasión. Viajes en el ocean, cada movimiento es mi tentación. Every move you make I feel the emotion. Vamos juntos, no pares, sigue así. Stay with me tonight, it's just you and me. All contigo, feeling the heat. You're lighting my fire, moving to the beat. Every touch, every glance is all I need. Bailando contigo, go set me free. Bailando contigo, oh, you got me, I'll never let go. Bajo la luna, dancing with you, we're lost in the flow.
it hasn't been a month, but we decided to come back early.
Yeah, we just figured I'm going to be here anyways, so
Yeah.
let's just do another show.
Let's-
Welcome, everybody, to the KINZ Talk Show. I love how your bottle of wine is popping up in here.
Sorry, everybody. Priorities. It's been a long day.
It's been a very long day. So in case you haven't noticed, we're sporting some swag that we got today at Northern College.
Yes.
So we came up to be a part of the Jill of all trades events that happened
Northern College today.
At Northern College today.
Yes.
Yeah, tell them about that. It was awesome. This was a lot of you doing. So.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun working with Northern College. We were able to help them get new booths set up for other businesses. And the whole point of the Jill of all trades, obviously, is women in trades. And we had so much fun today. We had high school students that came from different communities in the surrounding area of Northern Ontario. We had a great keynote speaker, a geologist, a local geologist, female, which was awesome. And we were able to make so many contacts and talk to so many people today. Mining, mechanical, electrical, construction, carpentry, like everything. Like it was really well done. And congratulations, Northern College, and thank you for including us. We had so much fun. Melanie Barry, we had so much fun working with you, and we can't wait to keep connecting. And so fun. Right?
So Jill of all trades, why not do a show about women working in the trades and in male-dominated industries? Because I think this is such an important topic, especially in Northern Ontario. And one of the conversations we kept having with some of these young ladies was that when we were graduating from high school, it wasn't even a conversation.
No.
It was, do you want to be an administrative assistant? Do you want to be a nurse or a teacher, right? Like it just wasn't talked about. So it was so inspiring to see so many young women out there excited and eager to learn about the trades and the different sectors that they can go into, and they can pursue those passions and those talents and really develop them. So tonight we have a really special lineup. But first, thank you everybody who's tuning in and watching.
Thank you
so
for
great
joining
to
us.
see you and your comments, and we're going to keep an eye on that throughout the night. We're so grateful for your continued support. Thank you to Mark and Jamie, KINZ and KLOMP, all of the KINZ and KLOMP sponsors for their sponsorships and their support for this programming and providing this space and the opportunity for us to come on and create space to share stories and experiences for women, and being able to give them space to share their stories and their experiences.
Yeah.
Tonight we have some very lovely ladies who are joining us. First up, excited.
I am. I'm like ready to go. Let's go it.
So first we have Maya Harvey. She is a heavy duty mechanic, level 1 apprentice. Thank you so much for being here
for
today.
having me. Thank you, Maya.
We also have Gabby LaRock, who is here. Gabby, okay, this is a mouthful. She is a millwright, volunteer firefighter, and most recently she participated in the Industrial Mechanic Millwrights competition, Skills Ontario, gold medalist. She's going to go on and explain all of that a little bit more. This is just like very broad what I can get out.
Yes, and she will help. She will clarify for us.
And then we're so grateful also, we have Michelle Mulder, who's streaming in live from North Bay. She is the owner-founder of Nailed It Roofing. Thank you so much, Michelle, for taking the time to be with us tonight. It's so great to see you.
Thank you.
Tonight we have a really great prize. We have a $100 gift card for somebody to spend at House.
Yes.
So in order to get your name in the draw, you have to comment. So here's some ideas for you to engage with us a little bit.
Yeah.
One, you can share with us maybe what your strongest skill is in your work or in your business. What is it that you bring to the table?
Yeah.
You can tag a woman who's in the trades that you admire, or somebody that inspires you, a woman who's in the trades, like one of these fabulous ladies.
Yes.
Or what trade would you potentially explore if you can do anything that you wanted to do? What would that be? And I was thinking about that myself, and I'm like, ooh, I think carpentry. I really would have enjoyed carpentry and just working with my hands and making stuff, right?
Me too. Like,
yeah?
I am a queen with a Dremel.
Right? You are.
Anything. I love a Dremel. I can do my nails. I can do wood, a pumpkin. I can do anything, right? A Dremel, I like, seriously.
Yeah,
I do.
I've seen the kids. I also do really like the smell of wood.
I do too. Yeah. And I really varnishing and all of those things too. Like those are fun. Like we're both very creative, and maybe that's why. Like we're very hands-on, but you know, I haven't used a Dremel with baking yet though, but maybe
well, when you figure that one out, you let us
I'll
know.
get back to you and show you what I come up with. Anyway. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's it. So you're right though. Like if anybody, look at the comments are already coming in. Awesome. So tell us, let us know what you think. If there's something that you wish you could have done, or if you've seen something new that's come up that didn't exist when you were looking for a career, let us know. We want to hear about it.
Yeah, we'd love to hear about it.
Yeah.
So we're on a time crunch tonight. So we're going to try to keep the show a little bit shorter. As usual, we'll do the Wheel of Winning towards the end.
Yes.
But first, we want to talk to these ladies. We want to hear their story. We want to hear why they chose this trade in this sector and why are they doing what they're doing. So let's maybe first start with Michelle. You're up on the screen.
You're up on the screen, Michelle. Let's do it.
All right. So I started at Canada College. I took the construction carpentry class there, and we learned how to build houses from the ground up, you know, from the foundation all the way to the roofing. And that's when I found my passion there for roofing. We were doing a class on exterior finishes. We were talking about roofs. And then on the drive home, I couldn't stop looking at roofs. And that's when I wanted to be a roofer.
Just like that. It was just an instant connection, right?
That spark there, yeah.
So from that moment on, what were some of the next steps for you? Like, obviously you would have finished your schooling and stuff like that. And then what point did you decide, I'm not going to work for somebody else. I'm going to do this on my own? Yeah.
Yeah. So I started framing first in the carpentry class, just right into framing. And then I was like, no, I want to be a roofer, and kept applying for roofing jobs. And then I met my husband, who is also a roofer, and we started working together, and we got on the rooftops, and it's like, hey, why don't we do our own? And we just branched out from there and started our own business.
What kind of conversations do you guys have together? They must be interesting when you're going around doing errands and you're like, oh,
yeah.
That's a really bad tile choice.
Yes. Definitely. Eyes on the road, we try and keep it, but we're always like, did you see that roof, or did you see that?
I have to ask you, Michelle, like, did you have a hard time convincing people that you could do roofing or any kind of construction or carpentry? Like, were there any barriers or obstacles that you came across?
Yes, definitely. When I say I'm in roofing, I always get the second follow-up questions, like, you go on the roof, like you're up there doing the work. It's like, or they always think I'm like in the office or doing the paperwork, answering phones, but I'm up there on the roof and I'm installing the shingles and, you know, picking up those 80-pound bundles. And yeah, it's up there doing the tough work.
Good for you. And now, is it just you and your husband, or do you have a team? And does your team have more women?
No, currently it's just the two of us, but I have worked with other females in the trade. We did a documentary, The Summit Sisters. It was all female roofing crew. Yeah.
Excellent. That's cool. I didn't know that.
Cool, eh?
Yes, that's awesome.
There's about a 10-minute YouTube video on it. You could definitely check that out.
I love that. Do you find that since you've been doing this, you're seeing more women show an interest in working in the trades and whatever, whether it's construction, or do you have women coming up to you and saying, hey, I'm kind of thinking about this. Can you give me any suggestions or any advice, any guidance?
Oh, yeah, there's definitely a lot more interest now than when I started out. I was the only female in my class, only one on site for a long time, but now you're seeing more and more of it. And I like to do the mentors with Skills Ontario or Jill of All Trades. They do great programs there for female mentorships and for anyone interested in the trades.
I love that.
Oh, yeah, I had a question and then brain fog hit.
I did that the other day. I was at the grocery store and I'm like, I need tea. And then I went straight to the cash and I left. And I did not get the tea. It was gone before I even finished telling it to myself. That's okay.
I have I almost I almost had it and I lost it. Sorry. I'll come back to you, Michelle. I had a really, really good question. Sorry.
We'll come back. We'll come back.
We'll come back to that. Sorry.
Maya, How about you? Where did it come from? When were you just like, this is it? This is what I want to do?
Mine's pretty short and simple. It's kind of how doctors and everything are, how they always wonder how the human body works.
Yeah.
I had no interest in that, like my mom, how she's the nurse practitioner, how that's her field. For me, it was always wondering how machinery worked, and especially because my papa actually worked underground at Kid Creek for over 35 years. It was always, how do things make money and how do they run to make that money?
Right.
And then that's when I joined William Day as a grease technician, just to get my hands dirty, see how it is. And then that's when I joined Northern College. I did the first year, and now I'm at Bell Creek and learning more and more every day. And it's definitely like acing me every single day, saying, wow, yeah, that's how it works. Okay. No, it's really short and simple for me. It wasn't like I had this big breakthrough or anything. It was just, I was
Just
curious.
something you were curious
I was
about.
curious, and I'm young, so why not take that chance as well? And I know, especially with women coming in trades now, it's always, it's good to get involved and it's good to speak out. And I figured, why not join that?
What was that like going into the program? I would suspect that there would have been a lot of men in there. Were you intimidated at all when that first day of class?
Very much at first. I remember the first day I had someone look me right in the eyes and say, what are you doing here? You're a woman. I was the first woman. I was the only woman in my class, likewise with Gab, I believe. So like that's how me and her became friends. And it was the matter of, I just had to prove them 2 times harder that I know just as much as them and I can learn just as quick. And I actually ended up valedictorian
I was just
of
gonna
over
say
many.
that.
I was valedictorian for many programs and did my whole speech and whatnot. Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome. Michelle, were there was it predominantly guys in your program as well, in your carpentry program?
Yeah, I was the only woman there.
Right? Oh, you were the only one too?
Yeah.
Yeah. And how was that experience for you going into that?
Yeah, I have a great relationship with all the guys in my class, and I'm friends with them. They're at my wedding, we're best buds still.
Oh, that's
Right.
cool.
So I took a golf management program in school. So not a trade, but it was still very male dominated. And the first day of school, I went in with a big baggie of candy.
I must bribe them.
Yeah, and then every guy that I sat beside, I was like, "You want some candy? Be my friend." And then we were good. Yeah,
That
we're still all friends.
explains
Yeah,
so
so
much.
much candy works every
Yeah,
time.
exactly. And I think what's really cool is that one, to see women in this role, but so I've known Maya for a long time, but to see her grow into this is like, it's so awesome to watch somebody young who's been so successful but still had so many barriers that she's had to overcome, and she's here and she's able to tell a story and let us know that it was worth it, right?
It
Like
definitely was.
it was. Yes. I have to ask, do you find that there's a physical element to what you're doing, and did you have a hard time adjusting to that?
I would say yes. I'm going to use Day as an example. Me and him are still good, but my old boss actually, because everyone knows I'm a nurse practitioner's daughter, you're expected to be a princess. They thought I was all going to fail until a weekend. I had grease all over my face, smiling ear to ear, and he said, I knew you were going to make it then. So I think that's the struggle that like I notice and continue with, is people constantly doubt me. Not necessarily now, because I'm slowly showing like, hey, like I got this. Like
You're proving yourself.
I do have the strength too. It's something that's very stigmatized, is women aren't strong, but it's going to prove if we aren't as strong, we find we're smart. Like we're smarter in different ways on how we're going to learn actually how to do it.
Yeah.
Just might be different than you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Well, and I mean, we're finding that every day now, right? Like everybody learns differently, but definitely opposite sex, right? Like, but we also found some really interesting stats today. And some of the stats that we saw was that there's fewer than 5%. So I think it was 4.7% of women are in trades in Canada. This is a Canadian stat.
Crazy. 4.7%.
Less than 3% are red seals.
Wow.
So that's a Canadian stat. Like, we can do better than that. Like
we have a long
we have a long way to go. But I think, having 2 young trades ladies. I'm like, I don't know what
is that what you call it? Is that what you call it? Trade ladies? Trade women? Trade women?
I don't know.
I don't know the slang.
What's that, Michelle?
In Australia they're like tradie ladies.
Tradie ladies.
You need t-shirts.
That'd be cute. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Tradie ladies.
Yeah.
So cute. Okay, I love that. You'll be seeing us in the Tradie Lady t-shirts next time we're here. That's super cute. I love that.
Is there something that motivates you, Maya, to keep doing what you're doing and to keep showing that you belong in this place?
It's younger generations, especially today, doing the Jilla trades with Gab and all these other women. It's breaking these barriers so people stop thinking, oh, women just want to try it just for fun and then let it go, like you said about that stat about the red seal. It's we're going to prove them wrong, and we're going to allow all our younger generation to come follow us now.
Yeah.
What do you think some of the barriers are from women deciding to go into the trades? Like, that's obviously a very low number. So there's got to be something out there that's preventing them from even considering it.
Yeah. Is it exposure? Is it education?
Stigmatism.
Yeah.
I can say that from personal experience, and I bet you if you were to talk to every single woman in trades right now when they first started, it's always we're sensitive. Every single place that I've started has always said the same thing, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's how people were raised. You can't hate someone for that.
No.
But it's a matter of even working anywhere I've worked. They're very shy with me at first, which I understand it's someone new, but once they're comfortable, they always say, yeah, we thought you were going to be sensitive, couldn't take a joke. And it's always stigmatized. It doesn't matter the woman. It's always something that's discouraging. We always have to watch out because we'll be labeled as dramatic.
Right.
It's still around to this day that we're labeled that way.
Are you finding that, and Michelle too, I'm not sure if you have children, Michelle, but we were having this discussion today about like women in trades who have kids. They don't always have the flexibility that other careers offer, right? And Michelle, is that something that you've seen as well?
Yeah, definitely. I have 3 boys. So, and we started our business right when they just went to school so we could have that time. And it was definitely before that. I don't think it would have been possible with like getting them to daycare, and like it's limited hours for childcare is probably a big issue for women.
Yeah, that makes sense. We had a discussion today with somebody as well, and they're part of a carpenters association, and that's what she said. Like, there's a lot of barriers in terms of having a family or being a woman, and just for whatever reason having time off, and it's almost like it's expected that they want to take time off or they want the flexibility, but not understanding that a lot of it falls on women anyway, right? No matter what your career is, like that's part of the reality. And she was just saying that that's a huge barrier for people. If you're working at a mine, like Maya, you would know your shifts are long, right? If you had a young child at home, you have to make sure that those shifts are covered. So those are things.
Amanda, she made a great comment up here. Being a woman in the trades is really difficult. You don't only have to work harder than the guys to gain respect, but it's also hard to gain employment because a lot of the companies don't want to grow the kids. And I think that's part of it, because they assume that we're going to be asking for accommodation, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I agree. I think, and we heard that a lot today. Like that was a big concern, right? And that's why we had so many businesses showing up today just to promote that they're looking for women. They want women to come in. And it's also one of the stats that, women offer a different perspective. We could be sensitive, we could be emotional, but that provides a different perspective on how to make solutions or come up with solutions.
Yeah. You had also found some interesting statements though about why it's important to have women in these types of positions, and our ability to see details, our creative thinking abilities. We can see outside the box a little bit, right? We're very attention detailed focused.
That's right.
There were some other ones too, wasn't there?
Those were the biggest ones. Like just being creative. The women just have a different perspective on things. So I think that really works. How about you?
Well, I've been told many times that a lot of teachers, like welding teachers, find women better welders because of their attention to detail
and their creativity. Yes.
So he says he prefers teaching women welding.
Really?
Yeah.
See, there's
they
something
catch on.
about that.
Yeah.
Well, and somebody else said today that the trades are an art. Right? Like you are creating, you're fixing, these are all pieces of art. So you do have that creative aspect, and you have to understand how things work and how things come apart and come back together. Yeah. I totally see that though about the welding, because it is so specific.
Like the finesse to it.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I've
And the
come
patience
Yes,
probably too,
and the
yeah.
right?
patience.
No frustration, just
Yeah.
calm and
being
Yeah.
okay with getting burned like that.
Pretty sure we've all been through worse.
Yes,
So.
exactly,
exactly.
right? Like that
Childbirth.
makes sense. So Gabby, why don't you tell us how you became the gold winner, the top winner of the skills event? Like that's a really wonderful.
Yeah, how did you
story.
get from where you were to
Yeah,
where
tell
you are
us how
today?
you got there.
Well, so my story is a bit different actually. I wasn't always interested in the trades.
Oh.
I was actually kind of pushed, maybe we'll call it peer pressure, into going into university and taking STEM.
Okay.
So I did my first year of biochemistry at Queen's.
Oh,
and then
cool.
after that, I think a couple months in, I was like, this
isn't
really
for me.
isn't for me.
Yeah.
So I just, the summer prior to being at Queen's, I worked in a mill because my sister, she got me in as a summer student there.
Okay.
And that's when I started asking, like, what do you do? And what's this? And
Yeah.
that's when it really kind of sparked.
Okay.
And then once I left Queen's, I finished my year, I just took the leap of faith and enrolled into the industrial mechanic millwright program. And that's where I loved
for
it.
And then
you.
you found your place. You're like,
Found my
this
place.
is it.
Yeah.
So what is it that you do? I don't even know what a millwright is.
Yeah.
They're really versatile, like jack of all trades, doctors of machines are terms that people use for them.
Okay.
So it's really anything that isn't mobile. So big, heavy machinery. It could be manufacturing, mining, milling. So anything that you see like a heavy duty mechanic do,
Yeah.
us is basically the same thing, except it's not on wheels.
Okay.
So like conveyors and crushers, elevator systems. Those are all examples of.
What is it that you love so much about this?
I think I really enjoy the versatility in this. Like every day is something new. You're machining, you're welding, you're doing a little bit of electrical.
You're not bored.
You're not
right?
bored. It's, you have to know a lot of everything.
Yeah.
And that gives you the opportunity to kind of explore and kind of just focus on the things you prefer, but you do really have to know a lot. And
Yeah.
that's what I like the most
That's
about it.
wonderful.
Yeah.
And then
though,
what
like,
about firefighting? Becoming a volunteer firefighter. Where did that come?
At the same time as I joined my program, I wasn't sure if I wanted to get into a pre-service fire program at Northern College or the
Okay.
millwright program. I had a tour at the college, and one of the instructors there said, here's a volunteer application, but if you're interested, and I had chosen millwright in the end, no regrets. I love my program, and now I get to do both.
but I was
so,
gonna say you kind of have the
best of both worlds.
right? Yeah. And it's really interesting because this is an example of how everybody thinks you need to go into university. It's not for everybody.
No,
Right?
yeah.
Like there are so many other things out there to explore.
Mhm.
And I think after speaking with a lot of the girls today, they were overwhelmed with the amount of things that
There's
they
a lot of
can do.
options.
Yeah.
They had no idea. Right. And so I think a lot of them left, especially because you spent time with all of the girls today, but they were just like, whoa, wow. Like we don't even know what to think now because, we thought we were on this track. Not so much. Right.
Mhm.
So
One of the viewers had asked if there was any women in your course, or were you the only one in your course?
I was
too?
the only one
You
as
were the
well.
only one.
There are
Right?
first years
Yeah.
now, first year when I was a second year, but
Okay.
I was the only one in my class. Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
And how was that first day of school for you?
It was a little intimidating, but you
Yeah.
know what? I met some really good like teammates and students with me and we all helped each other out. There was a really good group of us this year. So
that's good.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's so good to hear. I remember walking into that classroom with a bunch of guys, and it's hard not to feel that first thing of intimidation. But what I also realized was that they're all incredibly supportive.
Yeah.
Right. And like, I've never come across anybody who was like, you don't belong here or you're too sensitive. So I think we also kind of get in our heads and think, I'm not welcome in this space, so I'm just not going to pursue it.
and
Yeah. Because history is based on that.
yeah,
Right?
exactly. And
Yeah.
same thing. I did a summer placement at Timmins West Lakeshore,
Okay.
and same thing. Everyone was so supportive and they helped me throughout. There was a great team there as well. So it's nice to see that we are breaking that barrier and we are coming over that hump now.
Oh, I think so too. Like, I think, it was obvious today when you could see all of the mining companies that were there and all of the women representing them. But they had so many different people. But I just, it's come a long way, and it's changing. And I mean, some of the attitude is still there. I know. Because I think you can't change everything overnight, but.
No.
I feel like the newer generations coming in are making a difference. Like they're coming in with a different perspective, maybe, I don't know, maybe everything's a little more accepting, like our age group, maybe not so much, but I think the
Well,
younger ones.
We're the bigger sisters. I think that's
Yes.
I've noticed that is we're still in the fight to see this justice, and I think now like we're protecting our little ones, saying like enough
You
is
can do
enough.
too.
You're coming with us. Like don't worry. Like even today we were the ones encouraging.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I didn't see a lot of men doing the events. It was majority women, and that's kind of like us being the bigger sisters, saying if you need anything, like you let us know and
Mhm.
we'll handle it accordingly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice though? What a good feeling that is.
I was
It
gonna
is.
say, that's
It
really
is.
empowering.
Yeah.
It kind of takes all of some of the the uncomfortable feelings or some of the, I don't want to say bad stuff, but like like there's been some negative stuff or negative connotations away,
Mhm.
and it really puts
Well-
it into perspective, I think.
I think as far as change goes as well, like in the day earlier on, we didn't have the technology now, and I really think that that's helped us out. Like we're not expected to be lifting and doing the physical things that we had to do.
Yeah.
So I think that now at this point there are no barriers. There are really no major differences. Like we're rigging and we're hoisting and we're using our heads more than just our muscles now. So and
That's
that
right.
allows us to keep up all the same. So I think a lot
Yeah.
of those differences are kind of slowly changing with our
And do you think
new
like maybe the
machines.
technology is changing too, right? So technology is helping create better
Yeah.
opportunities, or so you're not lifting so much.
Yeah.
It's not so physical.
Right.
Maybe for you it still is, and obviously
I was gonna say
Michelle.
for Michelle, it's still very physical.
Michelle is very physical.
Were there any challenges with that, with regards to like the physical component of the work that you do?
Definitely at first, because I'm very small and short, so I have everything working against me. But I always tell people it's like you wouldn't train or not train and run a marathon. It's like you work and get stronger. So, it doesn't come at once, but you start with half bundles, get a little bit more, and then you can carry full bundles.
Right.
it's like this is hard work. Like you're grabbing those bundles. Like, I mean, we've all had our roofs, done. Like this, you're all harnessed in, and you're carrying these things up, and it's just crazy to me that.
Most roofs, they boom them up. Like we don't have to carry them up a ladder. It's very seldom now, but like it's awesome.
Okay.
They're delivered rooftop, but we still get them off.
It's still heavy, right? Like it's still heavy. So that's like part of the thing. Like it seems crazy to me. But anyway, I can really appreciate the physical piece that you're doing. Like, and this is like high season for you.
Yeah, this busy season, right until probably September, I'll just roof every day.
So Michelle, what do you do in the off season?
Oh, in the off season, I compete in ice cross. So I do downhill ice skating races.
Oh, that's awesome.
You're so badass. I just love it.
Yeah, it's amazing. So roofing keeps me in shape for my competitive sport.
No kidding. Like that's fantastic.
What about this need to prove yourself? Michelle, maybe let's start with you. Did you ever feel like you had to prove yourself in the work that you do? And did you ever get to a point where you feel like you didn't have to do that anymore?
I saw it a lot with customers, like that are like, "Oh, you're going up on the roof too?" And I'm like, "Yeah, well, I'm here to do the work." But it's always, once they see you up here, they're like, "Yeah, she can do it." But also, I just think, once you do it, and then it just doesn't bother you anymore. I don't think I have to prove I know I can do it myself, so I don't bother what anyone else thinks.
Right.
And how long have you been doing it for, Michelle? Like how long have you been a roofer?
Roofing for about 15 years, and then with my own company, this is our 10th year in business.
Good for you.
25 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
So I think we're going to take our quick little break, or going to take our intermission.
Yep.
And then we're going to come back, and we're going to have last words, where the ladies are going to share some of their words of wisdom for the ladies who are out there considering going into the trades,
Yeah.
or if you have daughters, friends, colleagues who maybe have been expressing an interest in going into the trades, and we're going to do our wheel of winning. So make sure you keep commenting, sharing with us. Is there a trade that you wish that you may have wanted to explore? Is there a woman in the trades who inspires you? Or what are some of the skill sets that you bring to the table in whatever your work or your business is? We'd like to see those comments, and we'll be right back. Thanks so much, guys. See you in a bit.
Looking for gluten-free? Then you need to try the Flourless Fox Take-Home today in your downtown. Gluten-free foods, gluten-free homemade, gluten-free fast food, and gluten-free bakery. Opening soon in your downtown, 89 Cedar Street South in Timmins. Call 705-221-4226 to inquire, and also visit their Facebook page today for their draft menu. And it's the Color It Up event, Saturday, June 14th, 10 a.m. at Gillies Lake with the Seizure and Brain Injury Center and Gerona's Borden Kelly Lawyers. To pre-register, scan the QR code or just show up the morning of and register. Details online at sabic.ca. And Sweet Freeze Timmins always have a great selection of unique and fun products like pickle ice, jelly thumbs, Cup-O Crazy, peelers, toaster tarts, cotton candy, and more. Visit them today, 175 3rd Avenue in your downtown, and you can even order online, sweetfreeze.com. Vendors are now wanted for the Porcus Stampede and Rodeo. Happens the weekend of August 22nd, 23rd, and 24th in Porcus Junction. Book your spot now as spots are filling up quickly. 705-262-4160. And Matagami River Fries Inc. is now open for the summer. Keep an eye on their weekday specials. Follow them on Facebook or stop in and place your order today at the Mountjoy Pavilion. 705-267-FOOD. And if you pay cash, you'll save 5%. The Hollinger Mini Potty is now open at the Hollinger Park. Open now till September, 7 days a week. Book your tea time or just stop in and visit Don Marcoux today, 705-264-7888. All Baked Chicken is coming soon to 999 Riverside Drive. Inspired by the Saudi Arabia chicken franchise, All Baked Chicken is Canadian owned and operated. Stay tuned for the grand opening details. For the biggest selection in Milwaukee tools and products in the north, you'll find them inside the Red Zone at Alternate Starts Timmins. Drop in today and browse their ginormous store, 1092 Riverside Drive. Call today, 705-264-4577. Upgrades are happening at Montana's Barbecue and Bar in Timmins. Come check out their new look and join them for some barbecue. And help with their grand opening, friends and family event happening May 23rd from 4 to 8 p.m. Sign up for Timmins Little League Baseball. Registration forms can be filled online at timminslittleleague.ca. And have you tried the spicy India pizza at Sparks Pizza? Then try one today, topped with tikka masala, creamy mozzarella, sweet corn, red and green onions, chunks of paneer, oregano, and basil. Also try one of their brand new cotton candy milkshakes and more. Located 206 3rd Avenue in your downtown, or order yours online with delivery, sparkspizza.ca. The Ontario Mine Rescue Provincial Competitions are hitting Timmins June 3rd and 4th at Glencore Kid Operations. For more details, you can visit workplacesafetynorth.ca. The Canadian Tire Timmins Garden Centre is now open. Shop the biggest selection in the north, and their new summer hours are in full effect. Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sundays, 9 a.m. to 7. 1220 Ferguson Road is now sold from Royal LePage, your Northern Realty leaders. Albert and Katrina could be selling your home next. Call today, 705-465-3493 or 705-465-3491. And get set for the Timmins Multicultural Festival, which hits the max Saturday, May 24th and Sunday, May 25th. Hosted by us. We hope to see you there. And the Timmins Festival and Events Committee brings back Beer Fest. Happens May 31st at the Mountjoy Arena with beer, spirits, wine, and more. Get your tickets and details online at timmonsfestivals.com. And join the Schumacher Lions Club today. They're looking for new volunteers and new recruits. If you're interested, you can contact the Lions today or stop into one of their meetings when they meet every Wednesday in the Lions Den. More Canadian than a maple tree. That's Royal LePage, your Northern Realty leaders. Jessica Gervais will help you find your dream home today. Call Jessica now, 705-360-7000. Save the date, May 29th at the Sportsplex for the GBK Lawyers 4th Annual Helmets on Kids campaign. Register your child now for a free bike helmet by the end of the day this Friday, May the 16th at gbklawyers.ca/helmets on kids campaign. For the best insurance of the North, it's PAIB Insurance Inc. They have your back and will help secure the coverage you need. Located at 101 1 Pine Street South in your downtown. Call today, 705-360-5300. The Connectors and Co. create lasting connections in our community, and you could be one of them. Follow Mel and Mel online today for the C.O.U.N.T Talk Show. No job big or small for DAP Cleaning Solutions. Sanitizing, dump runs, windows, floors, dusting, and more. Even janitorial and commercial cleaning. Call Andrew N for your free quote today. 705-465-3500. And something big is happening with us, KINZ and KLOMP in Timmins Square. Stay tuned for details on our studio expansion coming soon. For mega deals and the best prices, everyone's making the short drive to Matheson Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. 705-273-2112 or browse their lot today, 349 Highway 11 in Matheson. Need legal advice? Then call Geronis Borden Kelly Lawyers. They've been practicing personal injury law and medical malpractice law in Ontario for over 50 years. Call today, 705-268-4242 or toll free 1-800-569-1673. Play Rockin' Bulls every Friday 6:30 to 9 p.m. and Saturdays 9:30 p.m. to 12 a.m. at Midtown Bowl. Only $32.99 each, which includes your shoe rental. Book your fun now, 705-267-3500. And book your summer test drive today at Timmins Hyundai. Browse the lot at 800 Riverside Drive or call 705-360-1500. The Timmins Canadian Mining Expo hits the MAC June 4th and 5th. It's where the world comes to explore. For more details and more, you can visit CanadianMiningExpo.com. Lucian Transportation is now hiring. Come drive for Lucian. New drivers pick up a $2,000 sign-on bonus, and it's paid training. Start your training today, 705-360-4090. Design, build, enjoy. That's the motto of J&R Custom Cabinets. It's your one-stop shop here in Timmins. Buy now and pay later, and they'll save the HST for you. 1150 Riverside Drive. Every day is a discount day at Jackpot Time Timmins. Join their email list today and enter to win for a trip for two to Las Vegas. More details and to sign up at jackpottime.ca. To keep tabs on all the 200 businesses and more in downtown, you need to start following the Downtown Timmins BIA. Also, stay tuned for details on the upcoming Urban Park Markets at downtowntimmins.com. And with more than 75 programs to choose from, your future career is waiting for you online at Northern College. Enroll now for fall at northerncollege.ca. She's the producer of Sportsman Channel Canada and Just Hunt Inc., Amanda Lynn Mayhew. Move your packages today with Timmins Courier Service. Call 705-266-4285, locally owned and operated. It's still time to put a team in now for the IG Wealth Management Walk for Alzheimer's. There's walks happening in Timmins, Kapuskasing, and in Haileybury. Sign up now, walkforalzheimer.ca. And Camp Bickle, the finest co-ed camp facility in all of Ontario. Sign your little ones up now for summer camp. Online at campbickle.ca. This week at Imagine Cinema's Final Destination Bloodlines. It opens up this Thursday night. Tickets and showtimes online at imaginecinemas.com. And if your child was born in 2021, then it's time to register for kindergarten in the fall with the Northeastern Catholic District School Board. Find out more details and more at ncdsb.on.ca. And join the Dare Timmins team today as a board member. Contact Francine Dennis or Rick Lemieux for more info and to apply at daretimmins@gmail.com.
Oh, sorry. I was like, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's super funny. Thanks so much for staying with us and coming back. I know you guys are all excited to win the $100 Mark's Work Warehouse gift card. So keep sharing those comments if you want the prize. You can share a woman in the trades who inspires you. You can tell us if there is a dream trade. If you had your choice, what would you do? Which one would you choose, right? Or what skill sets do you bring to your work or to your business? And share those comments. Get yourself in the draw. We still have a couple of minutes. Quick thank you again for Mark and Jamie, all of the KINZ and KLOMP sponsors, for PAIB Insurance for sponsoring the Wheel of Winning. But before we do that, we're just going to have each of the ladies share some quick words of wisdom, whether it's, you know, some advice that they would like to pass along to any of the ladies who are watching, considering going into the trades, or if you know of somebody who's going into the trades, or if there's any resources that these ladies can pass along. So Michelle, let's get you up here first. And what would you like to share?
So yeah, just to the younger crowd, like just want to say you can do it. We can do anything that we put our mind to. You become stronger every day, and don't be scared to be a failing or not succeeding. Like, you're going to learn some life skills, and you can always like change careers. Don't be scared that once you choose something, you're stuck. Like, you can move around. There's so many options. And, you get better with experience. It's not just you stop learning and you learn on site. Everything, you just keep learning and you keep getting better.
You know what, Michelle? I love the advice that you just said, that even though you're choosing something doesn't mean it's forever, because I think the younger generation, for sure, at least in my generation too, like, we thought if you're picking your career and what you want to do, that's it. Like, there's no changing, but there's so many changes that you can go through. And that's a really good piece of advice, that don't be afraid to try, because you don't have to do forever if it's not for you.
Right.
But you tried, and that's what matters, right?
So people are sharing some really interesting things. We're seeing I'd be an electrician, Red Seal catering, right? That would be a cool one. It's interesting, during the break, we were having this conversation. And when you first think of the word trades, you're thinking millwright, carpentry, all of these like very, very like heavy duty mechanics, electricians. But like Gabby was saying, it could be more than that, right? Like it could be project management, or what were some of the other ones?
Culinary.
There was culinary arts, fashion design, estheticians, and a lot of like your technologies too, like your networking, your cybersecurity, like those are all, and coding, those are all part of your tech and trades. There were some I couldn't believe, like, and those are all things that we see at the Skills on. I just came back from Skills Ontario, and that's where I got all that exposure.
Yes. So Skills Ontario is a huge support for you, and a good what's the word we were using before? It's a good resource for you, right?
Or for
anybody.
Skills Ontario.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about it.
So Skills Ontario is kind of like the Olympics of trades at the Ontario level.
Okay.
So there are every trade and technology is there, and it's a competition. You're competing against either other apprentices, colleges. They have the high school level as well.
Yeah.
So there's honestly a competition for anything, and it's just opens doors, and you have to go a bit above and beyond what you learn in your classroom. So the learning is it's amazing. You learn so much more out of it.
And it's important to note that you are going off to the next level.
Yeah.
So 2 more weeks, right? Provincial level, is that what it's considered?
So now the national level.
The national. So we could be looking at the next Canadian.
Maybe. Hopefully.
We are pretty optimistic. Like we're just so excited that you won gold, but not just that, but that you're in a position to help and to mentor. And what did we call you girls? Trailblazers. Seriously, that's so important. We don't have enough. We don't have enough women who are.
You're part of the 4.7%.
That's
all
right.
Of 41 million people. And that's crazy.
And likely you will be part of that 3%. Hopefully,
do you have any words of wisdom that you want to share with some of the ladies who are watching?
I think what Michelle said was amazing. I think don't be afraid to try something if you're interested, or don't be afraid to get in there and just do something that you enjoy, and maybe not what people may be pushing you to do.
Right.
So and like you said, it's never too late to kind of change that career path. It's not forever. So if you want to try something, like get exposed to it, go to events, go to job fairs. Here, right? So, there's lots of opportunity to learn, and
good for you. Yeah. We're really excited to have you represent.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Maya. Got any words of wisdom?
I'm gonna go with the classic my mama always told me when I was younger: is don't listen to the bullies. Don't let them push you. It happens, and I see it's so many times in school. It's happened to me where your bullies discourage you, and that happens right in the field. Especially now that more women are coming up in the trades. I've been bullied.
Yep.
I bet we've been bullied in class by continuous people. So it's a cliche, but it's something that needs to be repeated, is don't let anyone push you around. We are all going to push through this together, and the more there are, the easier it's going to get over that hump.
Yeah. And Maya, I think it's really really important to note that even though you've had those experiences, you're here and you are successful, and you're a beautiful young lady who's out there, and you're taking this on. So,
And it sounds like you have an amazing crew that you're working with now.
Yeah,
Yes.
and especially with my crew that I'm with, like they're all amazing. Like I couldn't ask for anyone better to teach me. Like every single one of them, I remember my first day, they were like, "You want to see how to do this?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's go do it."
let's do it.
Like they treated me like their own little daughter, their little sister, and like I truly enjoy all my time with them and learning.
And it makes such a difference in your environment where you're working and learning.
Well, it does, yeah,
Right?
especially because while being a woman, you worry about if there's going to be someone who's not very nice. Doesn't matter who, especially me being underground, it's very, am I going to get myself in a situation where I could possibly get hurt?
Right.
And I remember my first day, all the boys, like all my coworkers came to me saying, if anyone ever tries to do anything with you, you let us know and we got your back. And that's when I said, okay, like these guys are my bigger brothers. Like we may joke around or I may like, there may be some conflict, but it's a matter of we have each other's back and I feel safe there and I'm learning.
Well, then that's, you know, it sounds like all three of you have had these experiences, right? But you're not letting it get you down and you're rising above.
Yeah.
And I think that is such an inspiration for all of these young girls who are taking this on with you.
I think one of the most meaningful things about competing at the skills was the silver medalist was another female. We were the only two female, and we both placed on the podium.
Isn't that
So
nice,
it meant a lot to both of us to be up there.
Good for you.
I think if there's something that's fueling you and you're passionate about doing it, don't be intimidated and don't pass up the opportunity just because you're feeling intimidated. And I think, like a lot of you had said, it's giving you the chance to persevere and build character and build strength and resilience. And you found your place along the way. And now you guys get to do what you love to do, right? So if you're out there and you're feeling a little unsure, you're uncomfortable, you're feeling intimidated, that feeling will be there, but if you continue to push through it, I think the reward is just doing something that you just love and to be a part of something so incredible.
Yeah.
Let's do the Wheel of Winning. Who wants the
Wheel of
$100 Marshwork Warehouse credit gift card?
Yes.
The Wheel of Winning, brought to you by PAIB Insurance Inc. We are real people dealing with real people. Locally owned and operated in downtown Timmins, 101 Pine Street South. Call toll free 1-844-360-5300.
All right, drum roll.
Let's do it.
Dun, 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 dun. Look at all these beautiful people joining us tonight.
That'd be funny.
I thought it was landing on my mom.
Chris Costigan! Yay! Congratulations! So you reach out to Mark and Jamie. They got a gift card here for you. You can come grab that or they'll bring it to you. Thank you everyone again for joining us tonight for this really inspiring conversation. Thank you, Michelle, for joining us from North Bay and sharing your time with us. Gabby, Maya, thank you so much.
Ladies.
It was such a pleasure to meet you and to connect with you. And then we'll be back next month again for our next episode, which is all women traveling solo. We're super excited about this. We're going to have tips, tricks, where to go, where to stay, all of the things. So stay tuned for that show. Thank you again to all of our sponsors and supporters, Mark and Jamie. Everybody, thank you. We'll see you guys next month. Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
The way you spin and you got me hypnotized. One look at you, I'm lost in paradise. Every step you take, I follow. You're the sun and I'm the shadow. The way we're moving feels so right. Let's keep dancing through the night. Bailando contigo, feeling the heat. You're letting my fire, moving to the beat. Every touch, every glance, it's all I need. Bailando contigo, set me free. So baby, I don't wanna waste a second. Your vibes are language and I'm learning every lesson. Your heartbeat's matching the drum of a song. Feels like forever when you're in my arms. Oh, every step you take I follow. You're the sun and I'm the shadow. The way we're moving feels so right. Let's keep dancing through the night. Bailando contigo, feeling the heat. You're letting my fire, moving to the beat. Every touch, every glance, it's all I need. Bailando contigo, set me free. Set me free. lejos juntos, no pares, sigue así. Stay with me tonight, it's just you and me. All contigo, feeling the heat. You're lighting my fire, moving to the beat. Every touch, every glance is all I need. Bailando contigo, girl, set me free.